What is up, my valid peeps? Kadian here. On this channel, I've talked about my various Toku related ideas. Kamen Rider OCs, Ultraman fan projects, and earlier this year, my own Power Rangers season. Today, I'll be adding Sentai to that, with my first Sentai Ranger OC and some fan-made hitotsuki. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. Join my Patreon for just £2 a month to see videos early, and let's get started. So with my first Sentai Ranger OC, I wanted them to be based on a hitotsuki, but still be Ranger-like, so obviously it would have to be a Donbrothers style Ranger OC. I wanted them to combine aspects of both Benitsuki and a hitotsuki. So I had JK5201 make a hitotsuki based on Benitsuki that would be dubbed Benitsuki. The top half of this and the bottom half of Benitsuki would become the key inspiration behind my Ranger's design. I've only ever had to have a transformation device for a character of mine made once before, and I wasn't sure what my Ranger's transformation device would look like, so I did a little experimenting with the Donbrothers gear. I knew I wanted it to be a sword, but not like the Zanglass or Ninjok swords, as I wanted it to be gear compatible. Initially, I made a recolored Don Blaster with a blade under the barrel made from the gear to Zinger, but that didn't look great. Instead, I tried the main body of the Don Blaster plus the Zanglass sword, but with the body of the blade being plain black without other colours on it or the side of the blaster glasses. I then recolored it to being purple, and then red, plus adding a gear ejection tab. I was pretty comfortable with it at this point, so I sent it to one of my Discord friends to see what they thought of it, and they decided to add the other colours on the blade and blaster glasses back, which I was surprised actually looked good, so I recolored those to fit the rest of the weapon. It looked pretty good at this point, but I wanted to test how it would look with the Ninjok sword blade's spiked edge, and it looked good, so I recolored it to fit the rest of the weapon. After adjusting the blade and the gear ejection tab slightly, the Desai Lasher was done. The following day, I decided to get the Ranger themselves commissioned, so I went to someone I've used before, Karyakaki. As I said before, I wanted my Ranger to have the top half of my Benitsuki and the bottom half of Benitsuki. And I also decided I wanted them to be a woman. A first for any Toku character I've actually had designed. I have written ideas for female Toku characters in the past, but those ended up getting left behind. The Ranger's design took a while to get sorted, particularly with the size of the helmet visor and the armour on the lower torso, skirt and legs. Eventually the design was finished, and now I can present my first Sentai Ranger OC, Don Hitotsurin. Hitotsurin is a portmanteau of Hitotsuki and Kaiserin, the feminine version of Kaiser. A very early version of Hitotsurin was gonna incorporate Zenkaiger elements, but I left those behind in the end, with the exception of the name and one other thing because I thought they sounded good. Don Hitotsurin's real name is Tatsue Kumioka. I don't really have any ideas about her character, other than her being either an anti-hero or anti-villain. She probably got the Desai Lasher in a similar way to how the companions and Jiro got their transformation devices in Donbrothers, though it's important to note that Tatsue doesn't have any connections to the Don clan. Her transformation gear, called the Don Hitotsurin Avakai gear, is a Sentai gear with an Avataro gear style image on each side. A red background with her helmet on the transformation side, and a gold background with her helmet on the giant side. Her transformation phrase is Totsurin Change. Her giant transformation phrase is Kyodai Totsurin Change. Her roll call is a nano remnant of a Zenkaiger element, given in to the power of desire, Don Hitotsurin. And her catchphrase is, "Now, let the hunt for desire begin." Either way, the transformation would involve putting in the gear on the side Tatsue wants and spinning it with the side disc, before pointing the tip of the Desai Lashes blade to the sky and pulling the trigger. shooting out an Avakai gear projection from it that spins as it falls horizontally on Tatsue, transforming her into Don Hitotsurin or her giant form, depending on whichever side she put the gear in on. All of the details for Don Hitotsurin, including some not mentioned in this video, will be included in the document in the description. But there is one thing left to say about her. Now, being a Donbrothers ranger, you'd think Don Hitotsurin would have a Robotaro, right? Well, actually her giant form is the same as her human size form, because it's partly based on the Hitotsuki's giant form already, so there's no need for the ranger's giant form to look any different. That's it for Don Hitotsurin, so now on to my fan-made Hitotsuki. So back in November, Donbrothers was of course still airing, and there were still 12 Sentai left to get their Hitotsuki. Being someone really into the Hitotsuki, I decided to commission JK5201 to make ones based on those 12. Those 12 being Go Ranger, Jacker, Battle Fever, Denziman, Bioman, Changeman, Maskman, Gingaman, Time Ranger, Gal Ranger, Zenkaija, and Donbrothers. Then at the end of December, after we'd first seen the King Oja Ranger designs, I commissioned them to make a King Oja Hitotsuki, along with Hitotsuki based on Nezi Ranger and a Kiba Ranger. Here's the initial design for the Osamu-ki they made before I asked for it to be modified to what it is now. By April earlier this year, 13 of those 15 had been made official, in the order that they happened: Seijuki, Denshiki, Jack-ki, Mirai-ki, Hikari-ki, Himitsu-ki, Choudenshiki, Hyakuju-ki, Dengeki-ki, Sekai-ki, Osamu-ki, Kikai-ki, and Avataro-ki. So there's still 2 of them left over right now, Judenki and Hikonin-ki. I did actually make a short a few months ago talking about potential future Hitotsuki that could still happen, and the teams those 2 are based on were 2 of the 3 teams I mentioned, the other one being Donbrothers. In the comments of that, I did see people suggest a few other teams: the Flowery Kunoichi team, Dino Force Brave, Junretsuja, and Ninja Captor. And on Discord, I've seen people suggest ones based on the Go Riders and the High School Heroes. Reasons for why I didn't commission any of these though were that they either lacked a prefix that would have made it easy to name Hitotsuki based on them, or I personally felt they wouldn't really work to have a Hitotsuki based on them. So that was my Sentai Ranger OC and fan-made Hitotsuki. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Thank you to all the artists whose art was featured in the video for making it possible: JK5201, Mr. Meme World, and Karyakaki. Their links will be down in the description, so go check them out, they make some great stuff. And also, thank you to Darth on Discord for helping out with the Dezai Lasher. Let me know what y'all thought of my ideas down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share this video, and with all that being said, I'll see all your valid peeps next time.